Hey everyone, Mark and Joey here on a Friday morning. Beautiful day here in Ontario, Canada. In case you're watching us for the first time, it's where we live in Raptorland. We're about to do an NBA update. So we're world champions. We're going to keep saying that. The hell with everybody. We don't know when it'll happen again.
We got a year to
say that. So we're going to keep saying it. And this is our second NBA show. We did a draft show, but this is the second one. But before we go far, it's all about sponsors. We got a new sponsor, KAWHI.com. And as you can imagine, it's about cool sunglasses. And they have a big variety of glasses, a big spread of pricing, good for everybody, men and women. But we're talking sports, Joe, and you got one of their biggest quality, or best quality.
Yeah, I got their best quality glasses for my golf and tennis, and I love them. They're super light, that you can barely feel them on your face. You don't even notice them if you like wearing them while you play. You don't even notice them, so it's awesome. They help get rid of the glare on the tennis court or on the grass of golf. If you're into sports, that matters. Helps you read the greens, helps see the ball better. You can look up in the sun, not have an issue. So you can get yourself a great pair of sports glasses if you're a runner, whatever you do, baseball, whatever it is. Or if you just want to hang out, go to the beach.
A lot of these winter sport fans get outside in the summertime.
Go grab yourself a pair, men's or women's. Cool styles, cheap or expensive, and look cool this summer when you're hitting up the beach, you're hanging outside your place. Enjoy this hot weather that's finally coming for everyone across North America.
So that's coolicover.com. Take a look at their, and we appreciate the sponsorship. What we're going to talk about here is NBA free agency. As you've mentioned, that's technically not open yet, but the rumors are certainly open. And the biggest rumor is in our city, again, being the champions of this year, again, Kawhi Leonard. Lots of weird stuff going on with Kawhi. I watched the baseball game last night, Toronto Blue Jays. For those of you who may not connect Toronto with a baseball team, Toronto Blue Jays, World Series champs back in 92, 93. And who walks into the arena, or into the stadium yesterday but Kawhi Leonard? Middle of the game, walks down the stairs like he's nobody. Like there's no announcement. All of a sudden fans start to recognize who's there. And then they do this big thing on the jumbo screen. So I don't know if he was invited because of that, for the Raptors, for him being the MVP or whatever. Sits and watches a few innings. Interesting thing happens at the end. He puts a finger up. What did that mean?
Well, first of all, I want to say
this finger.
Yeah, they were chanting MVP.
Yeah.
And one of the players was joking. He goes, "Yeah, I was walking up the bat and started chanting MVP, and I was thinking, I'm 0 for 2 tonight."
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Then he realized it was Kawhi Leonard. But he put up a 1. And I think the latest rumor, and I think most likely to happen, is a 1-1 for Kawhi. The reason why is it puts all our veterans, they all got about 2 years left, so it puts them all kind of with this team. He'll go, hey, man, I'll go 1-1. This is the team we got, and then I'll see if you can rebuild me another team in 2 years. Unlikely, though. I'd say he's gone in 2 years, guaranteed, because now it's retirement time for him because he'll be 30. But I'd say right now he's looking, man, I got 2 years in my 20s. We got this team for 2 more years. Yeah. No one really in or out. Let's go for it. And then at the end of those 2 years, we're all done. We all break up. Gasol's old. Lowry's old. Bach old. I'm 30. I'm going to go home to LA. And I think we would take that as Toronto fans. I think this is also your window if you're Toronto fans.
Yeah.
Because who knows when KD's healthy, Clay's healthy, if they're coming east. The rumor was they're coming east this year, but they obviously have those injuries.
Yeah.
What Kyrie does. Where these draft picks are now coming from. Will the Knicks be good in 2 years? Well, what's going to go in New Orleans? Will Zion Williamson come to New York, which is already a rumor, right? So, if right now, these 2 years are really the only thing you know for sure is these 2 years, nothing's changed in the East. So, you got to win now. You don't know where draft picks are going to go, where free agents are going to go. Win now. So, I think Kawhi is looking at a 1-1. I think that's why he put up the 1, which means I'll sign for 1 year. He gets an option for the second year. He'll probably take it. Or if they maybe are crap or something, or a bunch of players get injured, he can opt out. But I think he'll stay for 2 years.
This guy's funnier than we all think. And he's been making a piece of this, right? Yeah. At the speech, he come up with his laugh, and they got shirts.
The fun guy was the greatest thing ever.
You don't hang around Toronto if you're leaving. Like, you don't stay in the city.
He went to Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. He's been to Blue Jay games. He's getting out and around. You don't do that. If you're going to Clippers, man, you're moving back to LA. I know it's hot there in the summer, but still, I hope this isn't just teasing because, we're fans, but there's 3 million people who went to watch that parade, 2 to 3 million people who are living and dying on this thing. And I hope he's just not being a tease here, that he's hanging around the city, giving everybody the impression he's staying, then he leaves. I think he's staying, even though 1 was a tease, because it could be, we're number 1. It could be, I'm staying for 1, and everybody's talking about it. So
he's used the 1 a lot, though. He did it at the parade, too. People keep cheering 1 more year. He went like this.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Lowry went 5,
Yeah.
and actually his uncle went up and went 5
Yeah,
more years.
yeah.
I don't even know if his uncle really wants him to leave. I think
Yeah.
it's just too easy in Toronto. No media, really the harp on
Well,
you.
they all love him,
because
yeah.
they all love you, and we're so happy just to win.
Yeah.
So who knows really what's going to go on? I think though he stays for the 1-1. He's taking meetings with teams. I think just to do it, to say I think his agent's just doing it. But I think he's here for 1-1. I think that gives us 2 years. I think he accepts the option. Assuming everyone stays healthy, they probably go on another run. And then, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, the good thing in basketball is they do have max contracts, that's what he's going to get no matter where he goes. If he was in baseball, he might be able to go and make $100 million a season, and that you go for the money, right? So that isn't really there in basketball because these max contracts and the super max.
Well,
he's going to get whatever he's going to get.
His most
wherever
money's
he
in
plays.
Toronto. He gets $20 more million to stay in Toronto because of if you stay with the team that has you for your current contract, you can get more money.
Right.
Something like that. He already passed up $40 million. That's up $40 million for San Antonio, so it'd be 40 here because they said $80 million to give up if you left Toronto. It'd be 40 from San Antonio, so you get extra 40 from Toronto, which is probably 10 a year because it's a 4-year deal. These max contracts typically. I don't even think he takes the max though. I think he takes the max for 2 years.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think that I think
it's looking more like he's staying.
Well,
right now,
you're right. Why
thought
do
he was going?
Yeah, why do this to fans? They show up for the Blue Jay game for 2 innings.
Yeah.
Tells me he's just continuing to promote himself. Really, when it comes down to it, I think he's learning from Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar, which we were talking about the other day on TV. They're gods every time they come to the city.
And 27 years later, 20 years later.
20 years later, there's news reports when they show up.
Yeah.
So I think that it'd be the same for Kawhi. I think he's learning. Joe Carter, I think, probably talked to him a little bit. So, hopefully he stays. We want him to, and that's the big news in Toronto. Other big news in NBA, D'Angelo Russell's a free agent. Forgot about him. He's kind of gone unknown. Very successful in Brooklyn this year. Minnesota's trying to recruit him. So D'Angelo Russell in Minnesota maybe. He's from Brooklyn, and honestly, Kyrie Irving was talking about going to Brooklyn. That could affect what happens with D'Angelo Russell, because I don't see both of them being on the same team together. But could Kyrie go to LA? He could stay in Brooklyn. If Kyrie goes to Brooklyn, he's easily on the move.
But here's the funny thing. I was listening to a show last night, said to you, who was the guy in Minnesota?
Karl-Anthony Towns.
So he says, they asked him about, are they good enough to win? He says, no, we got to get better. We got to get better. Then he realizes that he said, all my teammates, or a lot of them are crap. And then he comes back, but we're a talented team. And it's so funny these guys just say something, and then he thought, my teammates are all going to be mad at me.
Well,
so I'm going to tell them how talented we are. We still need a player.
They're talented, but they do need a player, and they do need some help. I mean, they got talent. That's not wrong. Like, they got 3 first-round picks on that goddamn team. It's like the Edmonton Oilers of basketball, and they cannot make it work. Jimmy Butler exposed the fact that they do not work hard, and that's one of the reasons why he did that thing in practice he did where he went out and beat them all and then was screaming at them and whatever. They all got big money early in their lives. After their first contracts, they all got max deals. Right after, well, at least big deals. Same thing goes. They have D Rose as point guard. I think they added D'Angelo Russell. You had Russell, Wiggins, and Karl-Anthony Towns. It's young. It's exciting. I think that'd probably be a good fit for them. And that's who he's trying to recruit right now is D'Angelo Russell. And I think the Kyrie situation makes it easy for D'Angelo. Either Kyrie's going to LA, I think D'Angelo stays, or if Kyrie comes to Brooklyn, I think he's out of there because I don't think they can exist on the same team. I'd also say I think D'Angelo should go to LA. But guess where he was traded from? LA. So he doesn't have many good vibes with the LA Lakers. I think that could be a good play, but not much in free agency. Starts on June 30th. We'll see what happens.
Well, there's lots of rumors every day.
Danny Green to LA is now a thing, and he actually in an interview said it'd be great if they asked him to come to LA. Yeah. I think he's just doing that, saying it's great. If they asked me to come to LA
because he really was, as he said in the parade or in the speeches, I was the other guy in the trade. So I'm sure he feels kind of important to be talking about possible going to another team like LA.
I think there's that. I think he's at the stage of money, obviously too. You know, he's not a max guy wherever he goes. He's a extra piece. So there might be more money in LA than here because of the extra piece in LeBron land right now is necessary. I think part of it is he saw his role really diminish in the Raptors going forward because he really struggled in the playoffs. And with Van Fleet playing as good as he did, Siakam, Ibaka, Gasol,
he's going to be a bench player next
Lowry.
year.
But is LeBron going to say you'd be a starter on my team? That's the question, right? So it's up to him. I think he stays, though. I think it's just more like, yeah, it's great. You know, if they pursue me, it helps my contract negotiations with the Raptors.
That's exactly right.
I think other than that, there's really no too big significance in it. He's really only got 2 teams who want him, which is us and LA Lakers. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
We're also hearing this morning another guy who's actually going to end up staying with the Celtics who opted out of his contract.
So it's not confirmed he's staying with it, but the
That's
rumor was,
now.
like, they kind of said, like, one rumor was they already knew he was leaving, but then the real rumor kind of came out and said, no, it's actually to do a long-term deal. Al Horford had a 1-year, $30 million. Sounds great to a lot of us, but the guy who wants to stay in the show for a little bit longer. He's actually trying to rework it so he gets a longer deal. And it's still good money, but longer years. So he does not looking for free agency possibly next year. Where at his age, you know, you never know when your injury
you're gonna have a tough season.
hurts you or a tough season. Yeah, maybe just a tough season. Really, yeah, good point about that. So that's what he's really trying to do, I think.
But I thought that was interesting. Smart move on his part. Opt out of the contract at least. It leaves you open.
Hey, it leaves you open.
Maybe do a big deal with Boston.
Big deal with Boston longer terms. But you could get something from another team now that you're simply available. You just don't know what team offers you something. The Lakers could offer him something. I think he could be a fit there. He's a veteran guy.
Yeah.
I think you'd understand the role of LeBron James. You'd understand the role of AD. That's what you need on a team with LeBron and AD. You need guys who just understand. And young kids aren't that way. You need to plow that team with veterans. It's kind of what Golden State did around their 3 stars who understand roles, who are comfortable, honestly, watching from the sidelines for most of the game and then be put in for their special skill set. He might be one of those guys. But I think he returns to Boston on a 4, maybe... I'm going to go with 4-year deal.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years there. Smart on his part. A little less money, but more security. So, anyway, that's what we're hearing this morning, that's not actually him opting out maybe to go to another team. So, that'd be cool to see for Boston. I feel bad. They were supposed to be a great team last year. We're not successful, and now it looks like it's going to be even tougher going forward. So, we'll see.
Boston is dangerous even without Kyrie. I think they're more dangerous. I think
it helps the dressing room.
Watch them out. Don't be so depressed. You know, they lose Kyrie. They're going to re-sign Terry Rozier. They got that young core that took him to 7 games against LeBron. You know, I don't know. Jason Tatum may be a better star overall anyway.
Yeah.
Same with Brown. I mean, I wouldn't be too depressed if I'm the Boston Celtics.
It'll be interesting, but...
What's depressing is you spend all that money if you're the owner. That's depressing.
It got beat out in the playoffs.
And he didn't even play his first year. So,
it's tough that way. But anyway, going to be interesting. June 30th.
June 30th, free agency open. So the draft's already happened. So that was trade night last night. No trades really happened that were significant besides the 4 pick. But when free agent comes,
it's going to be wild out there. So we'll be talking about it. If we hear any rumors, may not be every day on the NBA, but it seems like we are. Rumors every single day. And we'll be talking lots. And June 30th is going to go crazy.